Hello, everybody, and welcome back to FlawlessDreams Radio with your girl, Lily the Goddess. I want to welcome my guest hostess, the lovely Lizzie. I'm so happy that she is here to join us today because I know for a fact that she's going to help me ask so many good questions today. And hopefully we can have our guest interviewer come. Chicago God. He used to be known as Godson. We used to call him Godson. He's a rap artist, and there's actually a lot that I know a lot of people don't know about him. He actually used to do some battle rapping in the past, and I would like to ask him some questions. So hopefully, whenever he's ready, he can tune in, and then we can get to interview him and ask him some interesting questions. Until then, I want to catch up with Lizzie and find out what she's been going through, because in the month of July, I know that she's a busy woman. You're a busy woman, Missy.
I am a busy woman. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Are you working on your new book?
I am working on my new book, actually. It's being finalized. And I'm working on music, so yay!
Ooh, I can't wait.
I know.
Well, congratulations on your new book. I cannot wait to read it. As you know, I have a collection of your books. I am I'm a huge supporter of yours because your books have definitely helped me dive deeper into my brain and actually gave me some ideas for some songs. And I'm like, ooh.
Well, that's where a lot of people get their music inspiration from. It's from experiences.
Exactly. You write about what you know. Thank you so much for sharing those. Oh my God, I love them. And let's see if I can pull them out, because you know me, I like to have these on hand and remind everybody who has not had a chance to purchase a copy of Lizzie's work. I'm going to start with the very first one that you did, which is Blinded by a Bittersweet Symphony. Yes. I love this book. I love it.
Thank you.
I can see like an album, like a music album actually created on behalf of this right here.
Right. Yes.
This is gorgeous. I love this. Gosh, it's pretty. And I love the paper. I like the way it feels. And then follows Beautifully Unkept Girl.
Yep, that's my novel.
And then 2 more poetry books, which is Lost in Emotion.
Yes, that's my favorite book. One of my
favorites. Again, everybody, you can purchase this on Amazon. Go to Amazon and you can purchase these books.
You can also get it as a Kindle, too, on Amazon if you don't want the actual book.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So everybody, please take notes. Get your book. If I can just take my minute to put this away. Because you know me, I like to be organized. Again, I think I get it from Miss Lizzie. I think I do.
Oh.
Then again, you know, Capricorns, they do that to us. They keep us organized.
Of course, got to know where stuff is.
Yeah, that's right. Because if you don't know, they'll know. So, what's
True.
the name of your song? Do you have a name, a title for your song yet, or no?
Not yet, no.
Not yet. Ooh, I can't wait. But I want to be the first to know.
You will be the first to know.
On the show, everybody, this is where it all goes down. This is where you're going to find out what is what with who. So, question: when you have written some of your work, have you
Yes,
had anybody ever ask you if you would write something for them?
I have actually. I've had several people have me write lyrics that gave me ideas to situations that they had gone through, and I came up with lyrics.
I like it.
And yes, and it my work has been used.
That's my Lizzie. That's my
Mm-hmm.
Lizzie. So, if somebody wanted to hire you as a writer, what are your
Yes,
price ranges? Like, let's say for a good 35 page 35, or was it something that you kind of have to like you have to see because you know
I
how
have
like
to see it.
yeah, because you know how we have like special deals. That's what a lot of people have to understand is that if we have special deals as writers, you know, we can give you a price, but then what if it's like the month of July, like now, and you have a set discount, like you give away discounts? Because do you give away discounts?
I do sometimes. Yes, I do.
Sometimes you see what I'm saying. So like it depends, people. So you know, it's just not. And
And if I give a
sometimes,
discount, if I give a discount to somebody, it doesn't mean sometimes people will tell their friend, "Oh, hey, I got a discount. She'll give you a discount." That's
mhm,
not that it may not be that month for that the discount. It just
right.
depends on the project, the pages.
Also the holiday, because it could be a
Yeah.
holiday thing too. Could be a
Yes.
holiday and the content. So let's say
Yes.
you charge if let's say it's content that they kind of want you to put a little bit of like some bad words, some you're gonna be like, okay, well, I charge for that. That's understandable, and people have to understand why that's understandable because then you have to follow that with reader's discretion advised.
Yes.
That's the way it is. Reader's discretion
Yeah.
advised, people.
Indeed.
So, what I wanted to tell you that you know, just in case he doesn't make it, I want to give a shout out to Chicago God and send him many blessings. And
Yes.
I pray and hope that he's doing well. It's been a while since I've done any music with him. I've missed it. I've missed working, collaborating with him. Um, I know he has a YouTube channel, and I hope that if people get a chance to just check him out on YouTube and subscribe to his channel, it's probably under Chicago God. I'm not so sure because I haven't had a chance to really find out what every single person is doing because, especially since they update everything so often. Everybody updates everything.
They do.
I try to stay consistent and not drive you crazy. I don't want to give y'all a headache. I'm trying to make this as painless as possible. That's
You
why
do
I
a good
have
job.
everything on Flawless Dreams. Thank you. Bless your heart. I mean, you can find the content here on Flawless Dreams, channel Flawless Dreams on YouTube. Could be a YouTube. It
Subscribe.
could be a yeah.
Subscribe.
Subscribe today. Subscribe today. And if you want to be a guest or a sponsor, you could just send me an email at flawlessdreamsradio.com. And let me tell you something. So far, I can't really think of anybody who has anything to say about the show on a negative note. So far, it's been good. It's been well, except for some glitches with the StreamYard. StreamYard, come on, get with the program. So why don't you give a shout out to anybody you want to give a shout out to, as far as like artists? Who do you know, Miss Lizzie?
Well, I know you, Lily, and and Brandy Shepherd. Shout out to Brandy Shepherd
Brandy, what's up?
and Deasia
Brandy, what's up?
Marie.
Deasia Marie, what's up, girlfriend?
I said it.
I said it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, we give everybody a shout out here. This is all love. Like we
Shout
give
out to
everybody a
everybody.
shout out.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yes,
Little
right.
Ninja.
Little Ninja.
Little Ninja,
Yes.
she's like, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's Flawless Dreams Productions at gmail.com if you want to be a guest or a sponsor. My bad, everybody. I haven't done the whole Flawless Dreams Radio Gmail yet. Maybe I should. I don't know. Again, I try to keep things simple. I try to keep
Right.
things simple because of the productions, I mean, it's same thing. It
Mm-hmm.
is. Because remember, this is Flawless Dreams Radio, so yeah, keeping it simple. So, question:
Yes.
How are you're a mother?
Yes.
What's it like being a mother that's so tiny?
Um. Sometimes it's well, a lot of times it's fun, but it's also challenging. Um. I have step stools all over the place. Uh. I have to make like everything short to work for me. Um. Yeah, but I wish I had a small
What about
potty
when you
though.
was giving birth?
I had a C-section. They tried to do epidural, and they tried it 3 times and couldn't get it. So they put me to sleep and did a C-section.
Oh, fun. Oh, fun,
It
fun,
what?
fun.
Mm.
I hope we're not going to continue having technical difficulty because, like, the weather is kind of off. Everybody, I apologize. We're in Florida, both
Mm-hmm.
of us. You're in Orlando, Florida, Miss Lizzie. I'm over
Yes.
here in Inverness, Florida, and it rains, and we just don't know when it's going to rain and when it's not. So,
Yeah, it was raining off and on
shoot.
here, and it stormed.
I'm just glad that it wasn't storming yesterday when I was filming, because I was filming a music video, the rest trying to finish it up yesterday. And my daughter, she's, as of late, I guess these past few years, she's been my main videographer. Not that she didn't start that way, because she kind of was my main videographer when she was little too, like at least around age 4, 5-ish, 5, something like that. Yeah, age 5.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been my number one videographer because she listens, and she likes to learn, which is a good thing. There's not a lot of our children that listen to everything that we say
Right. Right.
and want to cooperate.
Well, that's when they have to
And
learn the hard
yeah,
way.
that's when they have to learn the hard way. Exactly. We
Mm-hmm.
don't want them to, but I mean, then I can't. We can't always say we don't want them to either, because there's times where we want them to so they could just learn already. It's like, this is getting out of hand. This is getting ridiculous. Learn, child, learn.
Well, see, I'm the type of mom, and I've been admonished by adults that know nothing of my situation. I let my child fall on her face. You don't want to listen, you know better than me, then guess what? You will learn one way or another, because the world is not going to be so nice to you because we're
Mm-hmm.
different. We're shorter.
Right.
So you're going to have to fall. And if you fall hard, you fall hard and pick yourself back up, or stay down. Either one, but you're gonna fall on your face if you don't listen.
This is true. It's
Mm-hmm.
either you listen or I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to learn the hard way. And you know what? We were all blessed with the mothers that we had, who were
Exactly.
specifically engineered and designed to raise us, knowing exactly what to tell us that will help us along the way and grow. So, should we make the conscious decision to not listen to our mamas? It is
Mm-hmm.
what it is. It's only going to help us. But then, of course, I don't want to speak like, I don't let's not take this out of context. I'm talking about the good mamas, the good parents that actually have your best interest at heart, and
Yes.
they're not trying to drive you up the wall and cause you more stress and more harm than what you've already been
Right.
experiencing during without
Right.
them even saying anything. So that's not what I'm talking about. But of
Right.
course, people are going to probably say, oh, but what about this in these cases with this? But don't take what I say out of context. Stop being silly. You're being ridiculous. I can't stand this crap. I can't stand it. What's your favorite song this month?
Oh
Everybody got
man.
a favorite song in the month. I got one too.
I have numerous songs.
For
Yeah,
this month?
for
For
this
this
month,
particular month? For this
I have
particular month?
yes, for this month. I do. Yeah, one of them's called "Scared." Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. By
Yep.
who?
You know what? I can't think of the artist offhand. And then "Only Love Can Feel Like This" by, I think her name's Faith Paloma, or Paloma Faith. Yeah, that's
In one of those orders. In one of those
one.
orders.
I think it's Paloma Faith, but "Only Love Can Feel Like This." Oh my god, I love this song.
I had one.
What's yours? Come on.
I gotta really think about that one. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Who the heck would I? Who? Okay, I like to think about who's probably been getting me through this month. Ooh, well, whenever I turn on the radio, I know that this is a song that's probably getting on some people's nerves, but it's called "Hours" by ooh ooh. I forgot her name. But somebody's gonna shoot me in the comment section below. I love that song. I love the way she sings. I'm about to look it up. I love the way she sings. I feel like they don't play it on the radio enough.
Okay.
She says, "I can do this for hours." I love this song. I love it. I really do. See, I'm like I guess you can say a hopeless romantic. I like to listen to songs about love. I think this is
Right.
the. Oh wait, he says live. Yes, let me go ahead and share this. Woohoo! Listen, y'all. Your girl Lily likes to be a little funny. Be nice. It's all good. Peace and chicken grease. I'm gonna find this song though. Somebody,
Seven.
I don't
Yours
know.
is peas and chicken grease. Mine is 7 and tastes like chicken.
Okay, wait. I think Mooney Long.
Okay.
Yes, her name is Mooney Long. I think I pronounced that right. But yes, Hours and Hours by Mooney Long. And I really like it. It's so, if you haven't heard it, check it out. And I'm going to check out that song that you mentioned called Scared by, do you know who?
Not
Let me see.
offhand.
Scared. Is it just called Scared?
I believe so. We looking up music? This is.
Yeah. Okay. So I got one that's called Scared by Spider or Love
No.
or I don't know. Jeremy Parker?
No, it's a woman. It's a woman.
It's there's also something called, it says Scared by Fart.
No.
Or maybe somebody's like, oh, being scared by a fart. Or okay. What in the world is this? What?
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Please do. I'm not having any luck with that one.
Okay.
I found Mooney Long at least.
Okay.
If no one has had a chance to check out my new music video called Like I Do, please do so. It's on the same channel, Flawless Dreams, on YouTube. Thank you so much. And don't forget to subscribe, subscribe, and share the YouTube channel. Appreciate you. Thank you. Mwah.
Oh, I was so wrong. It's called Deep End by Spicy Verse and Bloody Monk.
Girl, that was completely off. Liz,
but it's not even
scared.
Well,
maybe they say the lyric.
Yeah.
The lyric?
Probably. Because I sing it loud.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's in the lyrics. The word scared is in the lyrics.
Yeah, see. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's where the misunderstanding took
Sorry
place.
about that. Deep
No,
end.
you're good.
Deep end.
You're good. Okay,
Deep.
your favorite drink. Let's go. Shoot.
Oh Lord. I love straight vodka.
For real. If it was
For
your
real.
favorite, okay, so it's your favorite, but you don't drink it often.
No, I don't.
What's my favorite? Okay, we're talking about poison here. I consider alcoholic beverages a big time poison. I mean, even though everything's poisonous for us. Let's see.
Non-alcoholic is coffee or water.
I have to say, like, my overall favorite drink. Everybody's gonna think me so boring for this one, but it's gonna be water.
Well, I drink water too. Like, yay, we both
Not
drink
yet,
water.
not that you don't drink water, but my favorite drink is water, and I specifically love the Smart Waters. They put the electrolytes right back into your body. I really appreciate that. Let's see. But if I had to choose something that I drink, I just gulp it down just like as though it was water, would have to be milk.
Okay.
But I haven't been drinking enough milk lately, and I noticed that the left side of my teeth is pissed off at me. Like, where's the milk? Because I've always been told that my bones are very, very solid and strong and healthy due to the fact that I consume my milk.
Right.
Yeah. And I just hope that no one tells me to drink almond milk. Listen, I'm allergic to almond. I have allergies to certain things, and that's one of them. But I'm so curious to see what it tastes like. I'm just afraid that it's gonna land
It
me in the
tastes like almonds. And to me, my thing is, I mean, nobody get upset. I mean, people have their choice of milk that they like. So I'm just, for me, you cannot get milk from a nut. You can't. I'm sorry. So, just
you know how many people are going to? Oh my god, they're going to. Okay, the comment section is probably going to end up blowing up. Crazy.
Hey, at least we know what they're watching.
You said it though.
Just like they have oat milk. Okay, oats don't have milk. What are they putting? Like each little kernel up?
But Liz, never mind. I ain't even gonna say that. We talking about food, okay? We're not.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And
we are not talking about anything perverted. Get your minds out of the gutter. Okay,
exactly.
Get it out of the gutter.
Yeah.
We'll have to have like a late night ladies show talking about all the fun kinky things that we can think of.
Hey.
That's fun.
I'd love to put on a show like that.
Exactly. We need a whip. Get a whip up in here.
Soundtrack.
So speaking of which, do you think that there's a lot of subjects that are kind of repetitive? They're repeated so often when it comes to rap artists. What else do you think that we could be talking about other than sex?
Well, see, I'm not going to put my age out there. But see, I like the music that I grew up with, like Blackstreet Boys and,
What? You mean Backstreet Boys, right?
No, they're Blackstreet. I like the way you work it. It
was called Blackstreet.
Well, I call them
but not
boys, there was a whole bunch boys. Well, there was a whole bunch of them.
It's okay, so there's Backstreet Boys and then there's Blackstreet.
Blackstreet. Yeah.
And let's see. I can't. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people going to hate me for this one, but I just can't do NSYNC. I just can't do NSYNC.
I used to love the NSYNC. I knew
you was going to say something opposite of me, Liz. I knew it.
I had them on my wall.
But I just knew that there was a bulk of them that were pretty much off the market,
Yeah,
and there
that
was no point in daydreaming about.
well, that was New Kids on the Block as well.
I know, but I only listened to the. See, that's the thing. Their quality in music was better than In Sync. In Sync,
Well, they promised you a lot of things, and it was going to be them, and hmm
if I had to choose between Backstreet Boys and In Sync, I was Backstreet Back. All right, dun, 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 dun. I
yeah,
mean, when I see Backstreet Boys, I'm looking at men. I'm looking
right,
at grown men who
right,
definitely know how to put on a show for us ladies.
right.
And actually, ladies and gentlemen, didn't even matter.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys, they had a swag that was kind of like old school and new generation at the same time. Whereas NSYNC was just 90s, and that's they look 90s and only 90s. Whereas Backstreet Boys, I can feel them they kind of have, for me, even though it wasn't really 80s, but they, to me, they kind of have like the way that they sung. The way that they
Right.
sung, it was kind of like 80s, 90s, and you could still listen to them today. In Sync, it's like, really? You're back again? Go away.
Mm-hmm.
It's you know for a fact that it's going to be all about who? Justin Timberlake, which that's pretty much what I saw when I was looking at In Sync. I'm like, dude, can you not see that it's basically all about Mr. Justin Timberlake? Which, by the
Yeah.
way, that's a very common name, the Timberlake. Because isn't that the name of a producer too? But Mr. Timberlake, Mr.
Yeah.
Timberland, Mr.
Timber.
Timberland,
Yeah, Timberland.
Timberland. But it was like so close that I would get them so confused. I'm like, man, I'm getting confused out of them things. Timberlake, Timberland, blah blah blah. Mr. Timberland mostly did really well when he was working with Aaliyah.
He's worked with some newer people. He did
I know, but see, Aaliyah was Capricorn.
I liked the Aaliyah. Aaliyah, that was great.
I really like Capricorns. I really like them. I like them a lot.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. They're very talented, they're very wise, they're very smart. They're always on time. And when I say on time, I mean like they're early, which is great. And I know you have that saying. Go ahead and drop it. I knew you was gonna go ahead and say it.
Yes, my saying is early is on time and on time is late.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
That part all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the next thing.
Okay.
Films.
Yes.
Because we didn't really fully cover like what else is it that rap artists can talk about other than sex. Cheeky
True.
cookie.
Right.
So what else could they talk about?
Well,
Don't say politics.
no,
Say something else.
I figure why there needs to be more diverse. Like a country singer, they talk about their broke down truck, they lost their girlfriend, their dog ran away. I want to hear some rapper like talk about his vehicle broke down, his girlfriend left him, his
Air
dog ran.
Force Ones. Remember the song Air Force?
Air Force One, yeah.
On my Air Force
One. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that was cool. If you could rap about anything and make it a hit, then honestly, kudos to you because that's hard to do. Apparently, all a lot of people can talk about is chaka chaka,
Right.
sex.
And to me, yeah, you can listen to that for
And
the
female
rappers.
artists.
I love y'all rappers. Love
Yeah.
y'all. But we gotta switch it up because once you hear one talk about chaka chaka and everybody else talking about chaka chaka, what else? Like, give me something else to roll with.
And you know what? A lot of times the artists may want to talk about different things, but it's really the label pushing them.
Right.
Or the head of the label pushing them in a direction where they're like, but I know for a fact that people are sick of this crap. It's just the same stuff over and over and over again. I mean, we're there's actually a few artists that are going to be interviewed this month that I hope everybody tunes into to hear
Right.
more about. And these are actually some really good questions that I'm hoping that people can, be brave enough to ask them.
Right.
Other than speaking on, because especially with guys, the male artists I've noticed, if they're not talking about, they have this, I guess this is the category: sex, drugs, money, and politics.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the streets, the this. I'm surely there's something else we can talk about. It's kind of like a date.
Well, kind
You
of
mean to
like too,
tell
if
me
you
you don't
think
have
about
a
it. If you think about it, though, Lily, there are actors. I know it's not the same thing, but it's still entertainment. There are actors that have standards. They won't say certain things in movies. So I think it also depends on what are the ethics of the individual. Like, are they willing to say anything despite their values, despite their morals, despite whatever it is, for the record label, or are they going to stand up and say, you know what, I'm not gonna. That's just not me. I'm not going to do it. I'm an actor. There's certain words I won't do. I'm a
Mhm.
singer. There's certain words I'm not going to say. You couldn't pay me $1 million to say it. It's
Right.
because of my values, my morals, whatever. Just won't do it. So I also think it depends on the individual. Where do they stand when it comes to who they want to represent? You know
Their
who
audience, their
yeah,
target
exactly.
audience.
Right.
Yeah. And what do you say to someone who has their target audiences, well, depending on what their material, because you have some artists that they'll do both. They have a radio version of a song that has some profanity, and then they have the version that has all the profanity. But even if it doesn't have the profanity, it could still be very suggestive, and it still is not good for a certain age audience to listen to. I mean, I remember taking my daughter to ballet, tap, and jazz and tumbling, and the girls are deciding, what songs that they can dance to, what they can do, practice their choreography to, and create like this routine to perform. And their teacher, their dance instructor, was definitely having a hard time finding something that is today that the children can dance to, that
There's always
their
Kids
parents.
Bop.
They have like the Disney version of these songs, and gosh, they're corny. But none of the kids, they like it. They've already heard the original, and a lot of times they say, "No, we don't want to dance to that. No, we vote against that version." It does make it hard. I have created a lot of different types of songs for uh, um different audience members. I still find it very hard because um depending on the subject, especially the beat, certain things just make more sense to talk about on the beat.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to have this hardcore beat, if it's like a rap beat and it's super hardcore, and you're going to talk about skipping through the meadows with some candy canes.
Although that would be fun to listen to.
Oh,
I
that
would
would
love.
be fun. And then, can you imagine? Maybe the candy canes can be suggestive to something else. It's not like it's never been done before. You
Right.
know, what's that song, California Girls, from Katy Perry, and there's
Yes.
definitely things in there that's suggestive of what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you watch the music video, it's suggestive.
Right.
I
Right.
never thought that our bosoms could be used as weapons like that. Nicely done.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll get back with more of Lizzie, and hopefully Mr. Chicago God will be able to tune in. If not, we will proceed with the rest of the show. Everybody, thank you. And here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to FlawlessDreams Radio with your girl Lily the Goddess and my guest hostess for tonight, Miss Lizzie.
Hello.
Welcome back. Now, tell everybody where they can find some of your work on social media.
You can look on Lizzie Martinez 1000. I believe that's Instagram. Oh Lord, I am not prepared.
I know for a fact we can find your work on Amazon.
Yeah, you can find my books on Amazon. Yes, you can. I do have that. Also, if you go to Facebook, you can go to the Shrew 2020 if you'd like a comic book of the Shrew. It's got trailers in there, so you can see.
Oh, we gotta pull one of them up on here.
We should.
Yes, we should. Dang nabbit. Oh! I hear that you have a new commercial coming out. I cannot freaking wait. What is it about? Can we know, or is that a surprise?
It's going to be a surprise.
Oh,
I have a lot of things in the works, so I don't want to jinx anything. I like to.
Can you give us a little hint? Like, does it have anything to do with any of your skills, hobbies, profession, your works?
Well, it has to do. Okay, since you pulled it out of me, Lily, it has to do with I'm a relationship counselor, so that's yes. So that
goody. I like that. So you meet with both couples, or you at the same time, or you meet with the couples separately, or you could do kind of both?
I do both. I have done both. What I sometimes do is meet with both in the beginning, and then the couple will alternate back and forth. 1 week it'll be one, and then the following week it'll be the next one. And eventually I want to bring the two back together, and then we'll see how much we're progressing, because I want to hear both sides, how everything's working out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, is there something called Hipaa?
Hipaa? Yes, there is.
Why don't you explain to everybody what Hipaa is?
Hipaa is, let's say you give me information, okay? Therefore, if you give me information, I can't go tell Joe Schmo down the street what you told me. Hipaa prevents that. Unless there is somewhere in writing that says you allow so-and-so to know information, but you could put only a certain amount of information, or you could say, I don't care if the person knows everything.
Right.
Right. That's what the Hipaa is. It's to protect
Very good.
the parties.
Confidentiality. Very good.
There you go.
That's great. I love that. And so this is stuff that you go over with your clients prior to
Yes.
even proceeding with the counseling sessions.
When I first start out, I do a free 30-minute consultation with both parties. And we just kind of,
Okay.
I let them briefly discuss about what the issue is, just to see if we're a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
Number one. And it's not a counseling session. Some people assume, oh, 30 minutes free, let me speak really fast and tell you everything that's going on and fix me. Consultation is just a brief discussion of what the issue is. I then decide, can I work with the person or not?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we start setting up appointments. And besides that, they have to fill out paperwork.
Right.
That's why there's no counseling session. It's just a breakdown of how services will work.
And there's a lot of people who have a hard time, or because they don't want to, they're either lazy or they find the questions tricky to answer in the paperwork. It's really not difficult, but the good thing about it, if it does give them something to think about, it's actually, first of all, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. If
Yes.
it gives them something to think about, first of all, you're all on the right track, because now you probably are going to get more information and insight to that person, that specific individual, or both of them
Right.
actually,
Right.
then they even anticipated that they would be letting you know. They were like, oh my God, not only am I sharing what I could be doing wrong with my partner, but it could have, that doesn't just have something to do with my partner, like me complaining about my partner, but it could also be myself. Because a
Right.
lot of people don't realize that they have to not really fix. I don't want to say fix. It's really, it's not really like they're broken, but there's a lot of things that they have to come to terms with themselves.
Right.
You know, you want to they want to improve themselves in order to improve the relationship.
Right.
So they probably didn't even think about those things. They didn't even think about it.
Well, the other thing too is I've heard several different things. I've heard several people tell me there's too many pages, but I need information about the person. So it's not
Right.
really a lot of pages. If you really looked at it, there's really not a lot of pages. Or you have couples that do the same answer. And it's like, I don't want couples sitting beside, and I always tell them, I don't want you guys sitting next to each other. What did you put for number 3? Because I want to put the same thing. I want each person to have their own individual thought away from the other person, because it's confidential, number one, that I kind of see where each person is in their relationship. And that way I know what to help fix and what doesn't need
Mm-hmm.
fixed. But if you're sitting next to each other writing the same answer, it's then we've already have a problem if it's the same
Right.
thing. And I've had a couple do that before.
Right. Oh, did they tell you that they did that, or you had them do
Yeah,
it in front of you?
no, they told me that they did it that way.
Oh, and even after you advised them not to?
Yes,
So did you inform them how that will affect and kind of be a little bit of a downfall towards the sessions?
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And they still kind of brushed it off and didn't heed your warning?
Um, well, um, they
Mhm.
just thought it would be beneficial to be on the same page with each other, which to me was kind of a red flag. If
Right, yeah.
you're on the if you're wanting to make sure you're both on the same page.
Yeah,
And
I want to confess something. I remember, trying something like that in my time, but not knowing what the person said, but helping them with spelling, because I know that some people are not really strong at spelling. So they say, how do you spell this? And I'll say, and I just tell them how to spell something. That's not the same as knowing what they are putting on paper, because I don't know what they put on paper.
right,
Because I've gone to friendship counseling before, like we tried it just to try it, just because, just to see what it, you know, we thought it would be kind of interesting and fun.
right,
And I remember that I was asked just how to spell certain things, because this person wasn't a very strong speller.
Right.
And I said, okay, well, as long as you don't tell me the answer, we're good. Because I'm not trying to break Hipaa and yeah.
Right.
But I said, I can just, a word doesn't really say, because it could be a cross. How do you spell a cross?
Right.
And then I spell the word, and then, okay, how do you spell frustration? And then I'll just spell the word. So I don't really know what they're saying, but I'm spelling a word.
Right.
And sometimes they even change their mind about what they want to write. They're like, oh, I found a different way to phrase this.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. So what would you say to that? That's kind of like a gray area.
That's a gray area. I mean,
because it's not knowing what they put at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A word doesn't mean the whole sentence.
And if you're not standing over them, oh, this is how you spell it. You're just kind of,
no,
you're over there and they're, totally
I have
different.
a big conscience. I like to do things the right way because I
Right.
really want things to work accordingly. So for me, I would just say, listen, I can help you with spelling, and I can tell you what, I was told to like put in, those areas. There's like, sometimes there's areas you'll find yourself. I remember asking questions before in my time where I was like, okay, well, what do I put if it's kind of like in between? It's not really a yes, it's not really a no, it's kind of a sometimes. And I think you would probably agree with me that you could put like it varies. The words it varies.
Yeah.
So I just said so saying something like you can say it varies. And I remember giving this person advice saying you can put it varies, and then that way it gives you a chance to kind of go into it in person with your counselor. So if you want to go into more further detail with your counselor, just put it varies and then explain why.
Or if it has nothing to do with you, you can just put NA.
Yeah, or you can, NA, yeah. So that's not the same. That's not breaking Hipaa. Again, that's like a gray area. It's not.
Right.
Yeah, you're not watching what they're putting. You're not seeing which check marks and circles or whatever is being colored in. It's definitely not the same. So you're fine. So for anybody who has not filled out any paperwork like that, Lizzie is not going to give you a headache. Just when you read it, go ahead and take your time answering the questions. To you, it might seem redundant. It may seem silly. You may be lazy. But let me tell you something. It really helps your counselor get an idea, even just a little bit in the beginning, of where you're at the current time. Right. You're really doing them a service. And if you do not cooperate, you're really doing a disservice to yourself. And if it's something that you're especially paying for, do it right. Because then you're wasting your time, your money, and you're wasting Miss Lizzie's time.
Well, and then you can't blame the counselor for, well, you didn't help me. Well, if you don't tell me all the information and you're kind of, sometimes people even falsify their information and then later say, well, you never helped me with this. Well, if you're not being truthful, I can't help you with what your actual problem is. If you're not talking about the actual problem, you're going around the bush.
Right.
Which I get. People are nervous. People are scared. They're afraid of judgment. But
my brain. I think my brain is in the gutter. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My mind is in the gutter. This is like I'm sorry. Forgive me. Continue. I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
That's okay. That's okay. Our minds wander now and again.
Well, you mentioned so far. So far, you mentioned a few things that made my mind go straight to the gutter, and I had to tell everybody, listen, get your minds out of the gutter. But mine was there because forgive me.
Get out the orchids. Get out the orchids. So
yeah. Oh Lord, I wish you mentioned around the bush, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. So just be truthful when you have counseling, and if you have counseling with me, I am the most, as I've been told by a lot of people, I am so neutral in everything. I'm
You
very
are
neutral.
though. You are.
I don't pick sides. I'm just
No.
neutral. I'm very calm. I like to ask questions. I give the
Great.
person
Yeah.
time to talk. And if I don't understand it, I ask for a little bit
Hmm.
more understanding of the situation. But yeah, I don't think I've had one negative thought by an adult who wanted their child counseled, because I also do wellness counseling for children.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, please take note. You do wellness for children. Very good. Wellness
Yes.
counseling for children. Very good.
Yes.
Gosh, they need it.
Yeah. Not all.
Because you know what? It's
There are good children out there. There really are.
yeah, and it has nothing to do with that. It's just that what everybody has to understand. We're living in, a society that and we've been had, there's we ourselves have probably been difficult teens ourselves. I know that I had my difficult teenage years. And the thing is that counselors, and I have those, but I've had a high experience of counselors. They're either one or the other. They do, some of them that I've met, they've taken sides,
Hmm.
and it didn't do anybody any justice.
Right.
It really didn't help any of us. But it's important for us to continue. And then there's some people who don't feel like counselors are necessary. I went through a horrible experience with a counselor over here in Inverness, trying to suggest that my daughter and I have a toxic mother daughter relationship, which I find to be capital B, capital S. Okay. I asked her, well, why do you say that?
Hmm.
You have a mother and a daughter that are completely speaking with each other on their emotions and what's going on.
Right.
Problem that we were having, Liz, was that the counselor was trying to find fault in my parenting skills and to suggest in some way that I was abusive to my daughter in some way. That seems to be the biggest scare when going to counselors and it having to do anything with children. They're
Well,
always looking for that.
I think the best thing when it comes to, if you're looking for a counselor to have to do with your child and yourself, make sure you find a counselor that has children, because a lot of counselors that give advice have no children but then tell you how to raise your child. Well, you can't. That, to me, that makes no sense.
No, it
How
doesn't.
can you give me advice or anybody advice on how to raise a child if you don't have one? Because guess what? Counselors have
Yeah,
counselors.
it's
I've
true.
gone to counsel.
Therapists have
Mhm.
therapists. Doctors
Exactly.
have doctors.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't realize that. But yeah, we sometimes we need help too.
I mean, it only makes sense. We're only human, but oh my gosh, it. I think it's one that you gotta just like really stick your eyeball out and just analyze these folks, because as much as they feel like they got to do a background check on us, we feel like we have to do a background check on them.
Exactly.
I was like, listen, I didn't know your credentials, because you giving me advice and I'm looking at you like, really? I had to leave. I told her, I walked out of there gently, like we finished the session. But when we got to the car, I told my daughter, I said, listen, we're not coming back here anymore. This isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked me, she said, did I say something wrong? And I said, listen, she's going to twist your words. So far that I'm calculating, she's twisting your words. And I'm feeling that this is more dangerous for the both of us than it
Right.
is to help us, because this is something that's going to get you taken away from me all because this woman is trying to seek something that's not there.
Right.
And this was when my daughter was, I want to say she was at least 12 or 13 years of age, something like that. And we
Right.
were having a rough patch, as parents and their children at that age tend to have.
Mhm.
And, the scary thing is that they're minors. They're
Right.
minors legally, and they should be, in my opinion, all the way till age 19 because they are still teenagers. You still hear the word teen, 19, which is a teenager,
Right.
and they can't drink until 21. So this whole, they legalize them at age 18, I get where they're going, but it's funny, and I think you can agree with me. They have them legalized as an adult around this age, like 17 and up, and especially in the state of Florida, when it's convenient for them, but then they go back to calling them minors.
Yes.
And you and I both know why, which we do not need to go into further discussion because we're not going to break that wall. For those who do not understand, because either A, you're not a parent yet, or B, you are, and maybe you just don't know, listen carefully. You might learn something. Because
Yes.
it's chaotic. It really is. It's like, okay, they're listed as minors when it's convenient, but then it's like, oh, they're legal adults. Huh? Which
Right.
is let's make it clear as crystal. So,
Right.
and then you have, if you remember way back in the day, before you and I were even born,
Mhm.
um and actually in Japan, they have the children are legal adults at age 13.
Mhm.
This is why in Japanese animation you'll find a lot of teens around 13 years of age, and in their teens you'll see a lot of teen girl characters
Right.
portrayed as though they're adult women with
Mhm.
oversized big breasts and so forth. This is a different culture. This is a different place. Their policies are different than ours. So that's why there's a lot of people who they make fun of Japanese anime and they say, "Oh, there's a lot of pedophilia on there." It's not pedophilia in their country because of the simple fact that it's legalized. They're legalized adults at age 13 for whatever fine reason. It's just something that never was changed. You know how, like, when people they never lived for a very long time at a certain period of time. We're talking
Yes.
about like Middle Ages. Women and boys, they were deemed adults at age 13 because, especially girls, because of the fact that people didn't live that long at that time. So in some cases and in some places it never got changed.
Right.
Thank God in this country that it's not something that flies, because 13 is it's a baby. It's a baby. I remember being 13. I see 13-year-olds all over the place, and I'm like, "Oh, they're babies. How could you? How could you?" And so, I wish it would change all over the place, but it doesn't. And so people have to well, they don't have to, but it's good to understand that in different laws, different laws, different places. So
Mhm.
I don't agree with other places' laws in that respect, because to me those are minors, those are babies. And
Right.
so that's, we're touching on pedophilia, but again, it's in their country. You can't call it that. It's not the same. In our country it is, and theirs is not. Simple as that.
Exactly. There you go.
Simple as that. But she was at that time thinking about that, the fact that people were labeled adults at that age.
Mhm.
It kind of gives you a broader perspective as to why we have such a hard time with our teens at that age, even now.
Right.
They're going through all those emotions and such, and then we're trying to keep up with them, and we're trying to help them through it and all that. that was a tough time for my daughter and I, but then eventually we got through it. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
And now she says, Ma, if I can go back in time, I would correct myself and tell myself, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had mentioned to my mother and several other people what the counselor was trying to suggest to my daughter and I, that we had a toxic mother-daughter relationship, they're like, what was she basing this on? And I said,
Right.
conversations mostly that she had with just my daughter. You don't do that. She's picking a side.
Right. I've had that
That's
done
it.
before. I've had that done, and it didn't work out because counselor did the same thing, picked a side.
And you dipped, didn't you? You
I did.
left.
I did.
She's like, I'm out. Peace and chicken grease.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Just as this has ended, ladies and gentlemen, so has our time on this show. Liz, I cannot wait until you host that show with me at the end of this month. Oh, if everybody wants to see Miss Lizzie again, please tune in. She's going to be joining me. And if you want to join me again, Miss Lizzie, you just let me know if you want to be a hostess for some of these folks that are coming. I mean,
I would love to. Anytime you want me back, just let me know, and I will. I will help you.
I cannot say no to that.
See,
I can't say no to Lizzie. I can't say no. So stay tuned. If y'all want to see some more of Lizzie on this show, the Flawless Dreams Radio Show, please tune in and stay on board. Hey, listen, you can also find us on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, my page, Flawless Dreams Radio on Facebook. That's Flawless Dreams Radio. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Liz, don't forget to like and subscribe to her channel too, Miss Lizzie's channel, because she's awesome. I love her. She's got, not just that you're awesome, but she also has so much content. That's a variety for a writer. We're talking comic book character, the shrew. We're talking about your 4 books, 1 novel.
Yes, and you can find another book on Amazon, the short edition, What It's Like to Be a Little Person. Going to an audition. That's on Amazon.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So have a wonderful night, everybody. Again, if you want to like and subscribe, if you want to be a guest or a sponsor on the show, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can go to flawlessdreamsproductions@gmail.com if you want to be a guest or a sponsor. Okay,
Yes.
Love you, ciao, and many blessings. And please take care of yourself during this July, because it's an emotional month for everybody. You're not alone. It's an emotional, crazy roller coaster for everybody this month. The rain, the weather, all together, the retrograde, whatever you want to call it. It's been crazy. So be careful. Wave, everybody. Woo! Love you.
Bye.
Ciao.